So in this first video on a series of tutorial on C, well, at least this one is on C since there will be like a playlist for video about C, then another one about C++, Java, GDScript, even if GDScript will be like pretty different, most likely one on Python 2 and one on Roblox, but for the moment this one is on C and we're gonna see the base of like C. So we're gonna first like create a function, like the main function, so nothing crazy. Then we will see the different type of variable, at least the basic one, int, float, double, character, and then we're gonna see how to print thing. So first for the main function, we do void fuck void main parentheses that. No, I don't want your code suggestion. And now we have our main loop. So what does void mean in that story? So void means that the function is supposed to return nothing, or if you want to make it return something, you can only like make it return a simple return. If you try to return an int, character, a string, or anything else, your code will just not like it. So that's something to take into account. If you make a function that's not supposed to have a return, it will be a void function. Now about the different type of variables. So first we have the int. For example, int number equal 10. And don't forget to put like a semicolon at the end of the code, the line, because in C, that's normally the same with C++. Not sure with C sharp, but you have to put a semicolon at the end. Same for language like so another thing to know with variables, and in that case int, is that they have a range. Like there is a limit on what they can do. For example, for int, the range is that. So you have a range in minus and in plus. So you can see that there's like into when we are into negative number and positive one go off from like 1 digit less far than the negative one, and it's because of the zero. So zero takes the place. So also remember that you will have issues if you try to like go above the limit. Like I guess I'm not sure about that, but I think some language to just like if you like go above what you can have in positive, it will put you into negative number, etc. But not the case in C as far as I know. Then I've started with the float number. So we're gonna put like, so when it comes to float, I'm not sure of the limit, and I'm not fully sure on the few information that I got because like I'm not a pro in C, but it's supposed to contain like 6 to 7 digit precision number, which is like pretty useful. Then we have double. Okay, thanks. It's perfect. So double is for larger one. And then we have the character. So cal is here to like contain a character. And here you're gonna be, okay, and if you run raw code, what will happen? And as you can see, not a lot is happening. Auto can tell us that the code finished properly. We don't really get a lot about it. So you might be like, so we should print to at least see something. And yeah, that's a good thing, but you're gonna realize that we cannot print. So to print in C, I'm gonna have to include a library, include, thank you for the library being given. And after you include the library that is needed, you can have a print. So when we have our print, we just, so we're gonna place that total printing is integer, yeah, like that, a space. And here we're gonna put the symbol percentage and a D. That is as far as I'm aware, like I did learn it that like you had to put it, but I never got explained why. But I'm gonna go with the fact that the D mean digit, and then you're gonna do the like backward slash, but that and a N. This one means it's to tell to the code that after integral space, we're supposed to jump a line. And yeah, besides that, we are printing. Not what I wanted to do. Number. Oh yeah, it's right here. And the semicolon. So what is the D doing here? Well, imagine that here we first put what we want to print, and then after the like comma, we're telling after like we want a number, then after we can say like we want a float. But for the code to know where to put it, you use those like percentage and a letter like ELD. And if you like run the code now, you can see integer right here. So we're gonna do the same, but with like the other code, the other line. So here we're gonna have float, double, character. I really hate this auto thing. Like I don't want shit to be proposed to me like that if I don't ask to. The variable is right here, character, larger decimal, decimal. So it is gonna be F, LF, and we should be good. And here you have everything. We have all of our value. I guess LF is still rounding it a bit, but as you can see, it prints everything. And if we want to print everything at once, because why not be crazy? Or so we're gonna put the T here. So float, float, character. But suggest it for me and here. Boom. Would maybe look better if I did that first. Yeah, look better like that. So anyway, for the first tutorial, it will be all. Uh, I know that I could have talked about the size of like variables, but I prefer to keep that for later when we talk about memory allocation. So for now, it will be all.